Hey everyone, it's Jason Dunn here from Digital Home Thoughts, and I'm really excited today to be doing an unboxing and first impressions video of the Nikon D3100. So this is a brand new digital SLR from Nikon. This is their introductory level digital SLR. It replaces the D3000, but the way it supersedes the D3000 in so many ways is really, really interesting. The biggest one is, of course, it adds video into the mix, 1080p video, and it's also a completely different sensor, high resolution, and much better at high ISO performance. So this is the box that Nikon actually shipped it to me in, and I should also point out that I purchased the D3100 here, so this is not a review unit. I actually bought this directly from Nikon Canada. I sold my D5000. The D5000 was a great camera, but there's a few things about the D3100 that made it a bit more appealing to me, and the biggest of which is, actually I wonder if it'll say it right here, automatic, oh boy, reviewer fail. Anyway, it's auto-focusing during video, and I'm not sure, it probably says it somewhere on here. Anyway, full 1080p cinematic video with sound, and it also does the autofocus, which is what makes this thing really, really interesting. So, let me just crack open the box here. We'll see what's inside. So this is a kit, and this particular kit that I purchased comes with two things. So it comes with the D3100 camera body itself, and then of course it comes with the 18-55 lens. If you are interested in purchasing a D3100 for yourself, check out the video description, and I have a buy link in there, and it actually really helps me out if you guys purchase things through my buy links, because of course they are affiliate links, and that means that it helps me to make more videos like this. So if you enjoy these videos, please check out the buy link. So the D3100 is available in a body-only configuration, which means you just get the body, or in this particular configuration you get the body and the lens, and there's a few different configurations. I mean, I've seen a D3100 with a different lens, so this is just one particular combination. Nikon sells a bunch of different combinations, and different retailers will also sell different combinations. So let's take a look at what is in the box itself here. And we're going to see a few different things, of course. We're going to have all the paperwork here, nothing too exciting there, although there's probably going to be some software in here. But if you've ever watched any of my other videos, you'll know how I feel about software. Most of the software that you get from camera companies, it's not great. If you buy a high-end camera, you'll typically get some high-end software to go along with it. But when you're buying something like this, you don't tend to get particularly awesome software. So this is probably going to be the camera body here. Alright, so here we go. So this is the D3100. The D3100 is very similar to the D3000 and the D5000 in terms of body size. So it's quite a small body size, as you can tell. I mean, it's maybe a little bit hard without any points of comparison. Nice gigantic screen. And that's actually kind of interesting. I don't know off the top of my head if this is the same size screen as the other one. I guess on my D5000, which is what I own, because it had the rotating screen, there was a bit more bulk in this area. So to me, this looks like a really big screen. I'm pretty sure, though, it is a 3-inch screen. So that's all there is in there. So there's the camera body, and then inside here you'll just get a couple of different accessories. So this is the battery. This is a 1030 milliamp battery, which should provide some decent battery life. You get the Nikon strap, and then of course you get the battery charger. And one of the things I like about this type of battery charger is that it plugs directly into the wall. So it's you don't need to take along any external power cables. You just can basically take this and plug it into the wall. I really, really like this type of charger, so good job Nikon on doing that. And then we have a couple of other things in here. That's kind of interesting. This is actually, I believe it's called like a ferrite clip. So, so you actually clip this around a cable to avoid interference, and it gives you two of these. I'm actually not too sure what that's for, because I don't think that it comes with any sort of cables, at least none that I can see. So yeah, that's actually pretty interesting. I don't entirely know what that's for. I'll have to figure it out after I edit this video. So now we're taking a look at the 18-55 lens, just so I have something to put onto the camera. The 18 to 55 lens, you know, these kit lenses, they do their job, you know, but let's face it, when you're getting a lens for free with a camera, the lens isn't going to be of, you know, particularly fantastic optical quality. Now, it is still a Nikon lens, so Nikon, of course, does a good job with their lenses. So I'm just going to take this off here, and as quickly as possible, we line up the two white dots, and we put on the lens. So there is the Nikon D3100, and I'm just going to pop in the battery. I have no idea if this battery has a charge, but we'll pop it in, and we'll just kind of see what happens here. See if it powers up. Okay, cool. Language. So we're going to pick English. We're going to pick my time zone, which is -7. We're going to go with day, month, year, daylight savings time. I'm going to go ahead and set that later, and then boom, we are done. So it is of course missing the SD card, the memory card that goes in here. So let's just turn that off just for a second. Let's realign the camera, and then let's take a look at some of, I guess, what makes the D3100 really interesting. So one of the big things is the fact that it has a 14.2 megapixel CMOS sensor. Now, if memory serves, the D3000 had a, I think it was a 10 megapixel CCD sensor. So lower resolution by a fair bit, but also a completely different type of sensor technology. CMOS sensor technology is, by most accounts, the superior sensor technology, especially when it comes to digital noise. The D3100 uses the new X-Speed 2 image processing engine. So this was the first camera to ship with the X-Speed 2, but there's going to be a whole bunch of different Nikon cameras coming out with the X-Speed 2. The D7000, which is the replacement for the D90, it also has the X-Speed 2 processor. The ISO performance on the D3100, so it's ISO 100 native, which is pretty good, as opposed to some cameras like my D300 has an ISO native of 200, so it's kind of nice that they actually have a native 100. It goes all the way up to ISO 3200, but then there's also a high setting that will actually take you all the way up to ISO 12800. Now, I think the photos at ISO 12800 would probably be pretty ugly, but supposedly with the ISO performance on this particular camera, you should get pretty decent pictures even at ISO 3200, which is amazing for a camera that sells, you know, for $600-ish, depending on where you buy it. It has a guide mode, which is supposed to allow you to, well, I'll tell you what, why don't we even just take a real quick look here at the guide mode. So we turn it on, we click it over to guide mode, and then this mode actually allows you to do a couple different things. So we can say we want to shoot. Well, yeah, I'm not going to get very far without the SD card being inserted, so I'm going to have to get a memory card to, I guess, fully demo that. One of the really interesting things, though, is of course that it has Nikon's D movie, which is their high definition video. This is 1920 by 1080, so we actually have full 1080p video, and I have no idea if it will even start to shoot a video without an SD card. Yeah, so unfortunately I don't have an SD card. Why don't you hold on a second? I'll go get an SD card.